Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with British and Commonwealth light heavyweight champion Lewis Edmondson. Lewis, good to see you. How are you feeling ahead of this weekend's action?
Very good, thank you, mate. Very good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. All the better for speaking to yourself. And look, you got an opponent, a known opponent, I guess. But for you, I imagine it's just a case of, look, you want to do your thing in the ring and get the knockout.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a few fights and you can see his fights, so it's not too much unknown. We know what we're up against. Been watching him, so yeah, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, how much of that do you do yourself or leave to your team in terms of the tape watching for your opponents, or is it a case of you just adapting the ring?
A lot of it, you know. We believe in the study very, very highly, you know, because fighters have habits and tendencies, and you know it's nice to capitalise on them. So yeah, believe in that highly.
I heard as well that you're bringing a number to Bournemouth this weekend. How many fans are you bringing and expecting to be at the venue this weekend?
I mean, it's hard to tell really because me and Ryan know a lot of the same people. So there'll be probably 2,000 odd from Southampton mixed between us. So it's going to be unbelievable atmosphere. It's going to be electric in there.
Is that one of the things that's on your checklist, to have a big fight in Southampton before the career is done? Do you feel that that's something you can achieve in the next year or two?
100%. I've heard some whispers that there's going to be a big show with Ryan headlining in St Mary's, but obviously we've got to come through Saturday night first, and obviously I'd love to be on there. Maybe co-main event in a big fight as well. So yeah, that would be unbelievable. But the main thing is we keep doing our job, we keep winning, and the big fights will come.
Where does the win this weekend put you in terms of the ladder of getting those big fights that you want?
I mean, we've got the goods now. We've got 2 belts. We're ranked very highly in the world now in all 4 organisations. So we're in some talks with some big fights, and we're there. But first of all, we've got this man trying to stop me. So I need to put a stop to him, and then we move on. Look what cards are on the table, and then we move on from there.
A lot of the boxing fans and people within the industry have sort of match-made your next fight for you, that being Ezra Taylor. Is that a fight that you welcome?
Listen, we welcome that. Yeah, I would like Frank Warren to contact Billy Joe Saunders if they want to make that fight. Then Frank, please contact Billy Joe and we can make it happen. Or if not, it's all just smoke and mirrors. But we're the champion. They've got a lot of options on the table, so we want the big fights. We want the big nights, you know. So yeah, let's see what materialises.
What's your read on Ezra as a fighter?
Yeah, he's not bad. He's okay.
Do much sparring with him before?
Never sparred him, no, never sparred him. But yeah, he's okay. He's doing his thing. He's beating who's in front of him. But yeah, he can't beat me, never.
That's interesting because sometimes, more so with the heavyweights, everyone kind of gets around and the lighter divisions don't usually. But I would imagine that light heavyweights and such would have got around and maybe sparred each other. Has it ever been close between you and Ezra to spar before?
To be honest, I'd never heard of him until he popped up on Queensbury. I'd never heard of him. I didn't know about him in the amateurs or didn't know anything about him. So yeah, we've never really crossed paths.
There's a lot of movement in the division. First of all, at the top of the tree in the form of Batelia versus Bibble, that rematch happened and Bibble won the rematch. What did you think of that fight?
It was an unbelievable fight of the highest level. And yeah, it was a great fight and I would like to see it for a third time.
Lower down the chain, but not too lower down, it is Callum Smith and Josh Boise. Brilliant fight between the two of them. A lot of people writ off Callum Smith's chances, but he sure proved the doubters wrong. What do you think of that fight too?
I mean, it was a great fight. They both took a lot of punishment, and I believe them kind of fights take a little bit out of you as a fighter. Yes, it was a great fight for the fans, but yeah, both took a little bit of punishment.
A couple of fights coming up on the radar too is Anthony Yard versus Lyndon Arthur 3. Dev said as well too, maybe for the winner or the loser, that could be a fight that you have as well.
100%, that's a fight that I would really like. That's the sort of name we're looking at. Zach Parker, the winner of Yard and Arthur. That's the sort of fights that interest us and get my juices flowing.
Who do you think wins that fight?
Well, they're one each, aren't they? So it all depends. It all depends on who can adapt when certain situations occur through the fight. So we'll see.
Do you have a preference in opponent?
Whoever my team want me to fight, whatever makes sense, and whoever my obviously 365 boxer management, Billy Joe Saunders, Tom Watts, whoever they want me to fight, we'll talk as a team and we'll make a plan.
Ben Whittaker is in the rematch with Liam Cameron, but why did that fight pass you by with Ben Whittaker? Because you called him out.
I'm not too sure. I signed a contract.
It was in Bournemouth you called him out, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, but I signed a contract. I don't know what sort of contract it was, but yeah, I signed some sort of paperwork and sent it back for that fight. So I don't know why that didn't materialise. He obviously preferred the Cameron fight. Obviously he's a big name. a lot of views. He kind of gets to choose what he does. Yeah, so he obviously, I thought the fight was on, and his dad was telling me it wasn't. So it was a bit of a weird one, but yeah, that never materialised. And yeah, I would like the winner of that fight too. So there's a lot of options there for us.
Do you think you'll fight Ben Whittaker in your pro career?
I'm not too sure. It's you know what this boxing game's like. Things change overnight. We could have a pull out for Lyndon Arthur and Anthony Yarde. Someone could pull out, and I'll fill that spot, no problem. You could, if they want a shot at the British title, they can come and get one. It's there's loads of options there. So let's see.
Do you think he beats Liam Cameron in the rematch?
I don't know. Again, it's all about adaptions, and I know he's changed trainer and he's made the adaptions. Listen, this boxing can change, and it's 1 second can change a fight. 1 split second, one little change in game plan can change a fight. So let's see.
Took a split second yesterday for Chris Eubank Jr to make the headlines in the press conference with Conor Benn, and he came armed with an egg, and it landed on Conor Benn's face. Brought a smile to your face, I see, but got boxing fans talking about it. What did you think of that moment?
It's yeah, I mean, they got some real hate for each other, haven't they? And that's not for the camera, certainly. That's real. So I'm interested in that fight 100%. I always was before that, but that's just spiced things up a little bit. Done a lot more numbers, and I'm interested to see that fight when it happens.
Prediction?
I'm going to sit on the fence with that one. Conor Benn knockout.
Conor Benn by knockout.
Conor Benn knockout.
That's not sitting on the fence.
Conor Benn knockout.
Fair enough. Your friend Billy Joe Saunders caught a stray, though. It's more than a stray, I guess. It was a direct shot from Chris Eubank Jr. Called him a scumbag in the business. Just your response, I guess. What reply?
It's he's always going to be a little bit sour, isn't he? Because Bill stood him on his head, and I think it haunts him to this day, you know. So yeah, I think I'd like to see that fight again.
Do you and Billy talk about the potential of that fight happening again? Because that's a fight a lot of boxing fans would want to see again.
Listen, that's I'm not going to go into Billy Joe's business. That's for him. But I would like to see that fight again. I believe that could happen, and yeah, let's see. These next coming months is going to be interesting.
Absolutely, Lewis, and I appreciate you giving me some of your time ahead of what's promising to be a very interesting card this weekend. Thank you so much for speaking to Seconds Out. Leave the final word with you. What happens in your fight this weekend?
Louis Edmondson, inside the distance.
Yes, looking forward to it. Thanks for speaking to Seconds Out.
Cheers.
Good man.